To avoid a lengthy preamble, I'm going to assume that the board members remember my past appearances here with regards to the issue of bus stops. I'm here today to continue the dialogue regarding this issue and to complain in the strongest possible terms as to the Director of Transportation's and the Superintendent's conduct of their supposed review of my circumstances. The Director of Transportation and the Superintendent very obviously contrived to produce the result which they desired. I told everyone here repeatedly that by law in Wesley Hills we have no overnight parking in my street, and in the 4 years I've lived in my house I have never seen a car parked in my street save for occasional tradesmen during the day. If you take note of the photographs that you were sent, you'll notice that the only two houses on the cul-de-sac both have very long driveways. There's no need for on-street parking. Nevertheless, your litmus test involved parking two cars in such a manner so as to block the largest possible bus you could find from making a turn by only a matter of inches. The Superintendent's and his Director of Transportation's intransigence is breathtaking. What if is not an argument by which you should regulate. I could park two cars on several roads where buses currently go and block their passage. The simple answer is that we don't regulate for such unlikely scenarios. And where, by the way, in your report to the board were the pictures of the current unsafe bus stop which has been assigned to my children? Why wasn't that also included in your report? And what of the several buses which already make U-turns on private properties? I have now been to several of these meetings and I've had to put up with listening to very thinly veiled anti-Semitism aimed at some of the members of this board. I'm sorry, it's true. I'm sorry. I used to think that such name-calling wasn't productive, and I refused to lower myself to the level of the common route to start calling for the resignation of any good man or woman who volunteers their time to this district. However, the intransigence of the board to make changes to reflect the genuine and safe requirements of its constituents, due to that, I would like to suggest that the board and its administration hold a metaphorical finger in the air and take note of which way the wind is blowing around these parts. I'd also like to add, I wasn't here to speak on charter schools, but starting again, the intransigence to change, the superintendent's presentation included several numbers which were clearly costs, but they were opportunity costs. They're not costs to the board, they're the opportunity cost of having 4 or 5 empty seats in any given grade. And I'm sure that given that this year we've had several people come as refugees, population fluctuations, population growth, the 4 or 5 empty seats that may be left by children going to charter schools are going to be taken up anyway. So I don't see this rather scary number you put up there as it's simply an opportunity cost, which is never going to happen because the numbers will just get swallowed up with general population growth. A very scary number, and I think again it marks the terrible intransigence that this board has. Look, the board and its superintendent has the genuine and meaningful change in this district.